It's hard to believe, but all-in-one computers have been around since the early 80s. But I think a lot of people, Sherry, think about the iMac as one of the first all-in-ones, but they have been around for a long, long time. And today, we're going to look at a new one from the folks over at Dell.
This is the Dell XPS 27, and it's a 27-inch all-in-one. And I must say, the screen right off the bat is amazing. It's an ultra-sharp 4K Ultra HD display.
And that's a big trend that we're seeing is the all-in-ones that are coming out these days are all having that 4K Ultra HD display, and the colors look just amazing on it.
Yeah, it seems like the basics, you must have 4K now. And the colors on this one, I mean, it's an 100% Adobe RGB display, so that shows more shades of color than the conventional sRGB panel that usually desktops and all-in-ones even would have.
Another interesting thing that we're seeing with the all-in-one screens is the wide-angle view. This one from Dell has a 178-degree wide view. So it doesn't matter where you're sitting. If you could be off to the side, you're still going to be able to see it, which is great if you use it to consume content like, say, watch Netflix after a long day of working in your home office.
So Andy, a lot of the times, the first thing that people would get with their desktop is a set of speakers because you want that integrated sound experience. Well, Dell really went an extra step in getting 10 discrete speakers that's laid out all over the device. So for example, you get 2 tweeters, 2 full range drivers, and you also get passive radiators in the back and 2 downward firing full range speakers on the bottom.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. If you just look from the front of it, it just means business. You know that this thing is going to produce amazing sounds, whether it is that you're working or just listening to music or watching something like Netflix. Now, another thing you have to look for when you are getting an all-in-one is you want to make sure you have a good graphics card. This Dell one right here can give you an optional AMD R9 400 series graphics card and up to 32 gigabytes of memory. So you know it means business if you're a video editor, if you're doing any kind of color corrections, or if you just want to watch great 4K content.
Or yeah, if you're gaming, right? And it's already Intel Core i7, so that on that front, you don't have to worry about anything.
Yes, in terms of internal storage, you get 2 different choices. You could go the traditional route and get 2 terabytes of hard drive, or, and this is pretty amazing, I knew this day was going to come, you could also get an optional 1 terabyte of SSD, solid state drive storage, so there's no moving parts. And that's really important if you're like a video editor and you're storing all your footage inside the computer. You want to make sure that that hard drive is safe. Otherwise, you can go to 2 terabyte and then have an external hard drive if you want to save and back up all your storage.
And this machine also has Windows 10 Home built in, so you have Cortana and of course Windows Hello, and which is a password-free sign-in system, so you can use your face and don't have to remember passwords anymore.
In terms of ports, you get lots of ports. You get one on the side for your traditional USB 3, and on the other side you have an SSD and also for headphones if you want to work, say, late in the night without disturbing anyone else at home or at the office. And of course, there are a load of ports on the back, including USB-C, which is something you would expect from a new computer that's coming out in this day and age.
Right, and sometimes, of course, it's the reason why some people would prefer a desktop over a laptop nowadays. And also, I mean, with this model, the XPS 27, you can get non-touch, which would start at about $2,000, or touchscreen. So that's the one that we have right now. It's also a touchscreen, and that would start at $2,400.
Yeah, and see, the thing about this is it's going to be kind of weird touching it, when it's straight in front of you. But thankfully, with this hinge, you can actually push it down and get it to a level to where you can start touching or even drawing with some type of stylus or pen. If you are in the market for an all-in-one, there's a lot of different choices out there. Of course, you can go with the iMac. Microsoft has their Surface Studio, which is really geared for the high-end professionals. Or you can go something like this from Dell and get it within the $2,000 to $2,400 price range. Makes a great workstation for home, for your small business, or even for your office at work. Got to check this out from the Dell. We're looking at the XPS 27 all-in-one. Check it out.